like in my case, as a Calgary-based blogger, and I call myself journalist and whatnot. It the film has Your film has certainly affected me, and in a sense, to me, that is something that more of our politicians should see. In fact, when the film is available in a DVD, I'll personally deliver a copy to my prime minister.
I'll bring it to you today.
In my yeah, right. Oh, that's great.
Because
In the writing, and send a copy to him in Ottawa. I mean, in a sense, I think our prime minister is not seeing the fact, as your film so clearly and so elegantly illustrate. It's a complex subject, but at the same time, as your film clearly shown to me and affected me deeply, is those are children, and at some stage we have to accept that the ills and the wrongdoings of the society, of the situation, or of their parents. Like in this case, the child soldier, Carter, his parent was evil people, but you cannot lock a kid in because what he or she did when they were 15 or 16 or 13 or at a young age, which they don't have the ability to make up their minds. Yeah.
I think if you talk to experts about war-affected children and child soldiers, the same reason that children are so easily indoctrinated into conflict is the same reason that there is the capacity for a child to recover from that trauma. And so I'm really trying to focus on that fragile humanity and that the world has an opportunity to embrace that humanity within a child, an opportunity and an obligation to embrace that humanity. So I would love to share, my intention is to share the film with the widest audience possible, to create the dialogue. So I would love to get you a DVD and send it along. And believe me, we're trying to, I would love to have a screening in the White House as well.
That would be great. I think
wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would be wonderful. President Obama is such a open-minded leader. Hopefully, he'll look at it and put it this way. In this situation, it actually takes two to tango. Because if President Obama had actually send him back to us, then the government has no option but accept him because he is Canadian. And sadly for us, our government didn't do the right thing and request that, and that bugs me to no end.
Well, if the film encourages dialogue and encourages more conversation about any issue, and in particular, this would be the achievement for me.
Sorry, Eric. In particular, what you dropped out?
It would be fantastic if the film elicited a conversation. It would be the pinnacle of achievement for me to know that the film is serving as a catalyst for dialogue. And that's really what I hope it does.
Yeah, it definitely has done that for me, which leads to a very great segue to Right to Play. So tell us a bit more about your association with Right to Play, and how do you feel that that is going to help bring the issues?
Right to Play is an international organization operating in 32 different countries, and they essentially, it's an organization. I believe their headquarters, their international headquarters, is in Toronto.
Founded in Canada, right?
They are in Canada, and they are basically, you can find them at righttoplay.org. And they essentially use sport for social change, and they use sport and play as a catalyst for child development, for social development, for child recovery, for children who have experienced traumatic issues of war, and they believe in the power of play to build a strong society and to build strong children. And what we've done essentially last week, we have formed a relationship with Right to Play, and we have a beautiful teaching moment at the end of our film. And what we'd like to do is direct our audience towards the efforts of Right to Play, so that we're actually using the film to create that thought, and then we have someplace to send our audience. So we're really just beginning that relationship. Back when they read the script, a year ago, they sent us a letter of endorsement. And just last week, they finally got to see the movie, and they embraced us and said they wanted to use the film in every possible venue to include the Olympics, the World Cup, maybe in-flight programming to create awareness about what they're trying to do, because the film touches exactly the issues that they're responding to.
Right. It just popped into my head that, and there's another Canadian that you may want to reach out to too. It's Senator Romeo Dallaire. He was a former general, but he's now a senator. I remember, again, it's on the topic of child soldier and the war affecting children, and it's another heavy topic, but I have to say it because it's popped up into my ear. Senator Dallaire, in one of his talk in Calgary, actually pointed out that the war actually affect young girls even more because the way that they have been raped and they have been used as sex object. And in fact, if I remember right, don't quote me, but if I remember right, to get a girl out of that kind of situation would be a lot more expensive if they were going to simply buy the people off, like pay the warlord and whatnot. The little girls are going to costing more to get out of just because of the fact and the long-term impact on those girls themselves. And it's just a total horrendous situation on that.
Absolutely. I would also recommend people check out what you've cited is what's known as the Girl Effect. And if you go to thegirleffect.org, there's an interesting program going on that talks about the fact that girls are the key to solving a lot of this issue, and focusing on girls is a key element in solving some of these social issues that are going on, because you're exactly right. They become the source of much of the abuse, the center point of the abuse. And so I would recommend
definitely charge it.
To check out thegirleffect.org. It's a very interesting program that's going on, specifically helping girls.
Right. So, well, thank you very much, Eric, for chatting with me this morning. And I'll talk to you off camera on how to get those DVDs.
Thank you so much, Captain. I really appreciate your support. Thank you.
All right.